How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews back with a little bit of new brewery time up in this piece in the form of Intuition Ale Works. It's their Session IPA, Easy on the Eyes. This is a... I can't find the ABV on this. Anyway, it is a Session IPA. So if it's being called a Session IPA, I would hope it's sub 6% at minimum. I'll probably come across the ABV at some point during the review, so stay tuned on that. And it comes from Florida, and it comes courtesy of my boy Carson. Thank you very much. He threw a bunch of beers in a beer mail to me. Some mystery, some homebrew, some not. This is one of the nots. And I'm really kind of curious about this. This has February 10th, so it's almost exactly 2 months on this. And it just screams of a old school brewery doing old school things in old school Florida. I could be wrong. We're going to dive into it. See what she's got. So Session should really be less than 5%, but people get a little bit liberal with that. So I'll say if this is sub 6, we'll be okay with it. We'll do a little guessing game on this one. See if we're right. Little semi-mystery beers. On the back it says, Easy on the Eyes is a vibrant, hop-driven, sessionable IPA. Aromatic notes of citrus, tropical fruit, and pineapple dominate this hop-forward ale. Oh, this is one of the unboxing. I remember this now. This is the curious part about it. Man, that's dark. Sriracha Ace, Citra, and Centennial. That's such a weird hop combination. I mean, Centennial, sure. If you want to go old school bittering, it kind of looks like that. Citra, who doesn't fucking like Citra new school beers? Sriracha Ace and Citra, sure. You know what I mean? Centennial and Citra, sure. Sriracha Ace by itself, maybe even with Centennial or with Citra, but that combination, I don't know, something about it's weird. And it says two-row and crystal malt. Okay. And they're house yeast. Yeah. Still missing the ABV on this. Maybe it's on the bottom. No, it is not. It's probably staring me right in the MF and face. I'm going to try not to curse as much. Anyway, yeah. Is what it is. Label-wise, I'm not going to sit here and say I love this label. But I don't hate it, because if it's a Session IPA in Florida, that's kind of what I would expect it to look like. So, there you go. Let's see what's what. That's dark. I mean, you're talking about Session IPA. Man, they usually come off a bit lighter than that. That's kind of like two-hearted ale kind of coloration to that. It's got a soft haze to her, and it really does look like it's either super malt forward or super oxidized. But we're going to find out which one it is in a second. Let's just jump at her nose, see what she's got. She's oxidized. Oh, hell, is what it is. Just that wet paper in combination with a little bit of butterscotch vibes. Not getting much as far as hops off of this. Maybe a little bit of sweet orange. I'm getting a rich kind of subtle caramel maltiness. That's kind of that maltiness of the malt, because that's two words of the same definition. The maltiness of the malt kind of marrying with that oxidation and that little bit of butterscotch kind of off flavoring kind of makes this kind of like candied Werther's Original thing kind of going on in my nose. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, oxidated mess. Cheers. That's probably the worst beer I've ever had of recent memory. I mean, man, that's bad. And here's the thing. Let me check the date on this again real quick. Okay, actually, it's February 10th, 2020 is when this was canned. Okay. So you got February, March, April. I'm at April 11th, so we're less than 2 months on this one. That's not good, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of a reason to excuse it for what's going on, but it's not 2 months. Even on a session pale, 2 months, because let's put it this way. I just did a 5.5% mystery beer. Did a mystery beer before this one. Ended up being a hazy 5.5% beer that was 4 months old, came from the same person, so it traveled through the same conditions, and was stellar. Absolutely fantastic. So this is just bad. I don't know if this sat on somebody's car engine for a trip. I don't know if they have canning issues. I don't know if this is how the beer is made. I'd love to try this uber fresh just to kind of get a bearing on where this beer lands, but I just can't chalk this up to just canning, because that's what you want to do here. You want to go, okay, maybe it was just a bad can. and that there was a ton of negative oxygen in there that kind of made it go sideways. But when I cracked it, it kind of foamed out. You probably saw it in the beginning of the video in a way that it was like hyper full. So I don't think there was a ton of oxygen in there to really knock it down. So is this how the beer is? I don't know. Maybe this is Carson kind of throwing me just something to see my thoughts on it. Yeah, it's even. I mean, it's not really. It's not like offensive. Some people might find it offensive. I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to make you throw up. I'm not going to finish it, if that makes any sense. It tastes like a wet tea bag served in a cardboard cup with like citrus shavings in it. I mean, that's it. That's all I got for you. Absolutely poo-poo beer in its condition, and being that it's 2 months old, I don't know how much of it is up to outside influence. Let's put it that way. So, yeah. Is this one of the better session beers that I've had as of late? No. It is, like I said, this is probably the worst beer I've had in recent memory. I can't think of something I've had worse than this. The last time I had something this bad was Soul Brewing, which is now Separatist Artisan Ales. Was is it probably I guess I reviewed it, would be their Peach Smoosh, but that was like almost 2 years old, so that's not fair. Let's go with their same brewery, Floating World, which I reviewed. I was probably about 2.5, 3 years ago. That's how far back I'm going. So yeah, not good. Value availability, no idea. I really do want to know where this beer comes from, though. So Carson or anybody out there, let me know down in the comments. Is this like a staple you find on the shelves? Is this how this beer plays normally? I need to know. Inquiring minds need to know, and leave you with, if you like what we like this beer. Ooh, if you like this beer, if this how this beer genuinely tastes, like, and this is like an appropriate representation of what the beer is like, relatively fresh, then you don't like beer. That's the thing. You just don't understand what good beer is. It's kind of unfair to even say that. Tell you if you like what, if you lack taste, if you like, you know, a whole bunch of shit I could say that would piss people off. I don't know. It's just you're not gonna like it. That's it. So there you go. Another review in the books. Thank you very much, Carson. I know I don't go out of my way to poop on breweries, but I have to be honest. And when things are this skewed, there's no other way to sugarcoat it, and I have to be brutally honest. And it is what it is. But let's put it this way, though, and I say this about every one of these beers that I get that kind of push me this way. I talk about what my feelings are. I bring to the table some, semblance of education to where I understand off flavors and things like that to where I can talk about it, but it's also a lot of subjectiveness. But there's also does one beer a brewery make? If I had an opportunity to try this brewery again, hyper fresh, I would jump at the chance, because I'm not going to judge, jury, and sentence a brewery by one beer. One beer that's a session beer that traveled in the mail, even though another one of the same ilk did the same, and it was quite nice. That one. Yeah. I'd try it again. So don't put the brewery off unless go try a couple things before this makes your mind up, if it will. Let's see, what else? Yeah. Date availability, like I said, I need to know. And leave you with, if you like what we like this. I already said that part. That's where I'm getting lost. It's got me in loops. And there you go. Another review in the books. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers. If you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, Beer Massive. Want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a non-oxidized beer right now. And hope to see you next time. Cheers.